Hi everyone, welcome to Cancer Healing Journey Talks. Myself Sonali Modi from Community Outreach Team of ZenOnco.io and Love Heals Cancer. Cancer Healing Journey Talks help cancer survivors and caregivers to share their journey with other vast number of survivors and caregivers who have traveled or been traveling through this journey. So firstly, I would like to introduce you to today's speaker, Miss Linda. She is a cancer survivor and I'm really happy that you're here with us, Linda. So please start with your introduction.
Yeah, sure. So my name is Linda Lee. I am a survivor of brain cancer. I was first diagnosed back in 2015. So the first symptoms of anything being wrong was my memory. I used to have an amazing memory, and then all of a sudden I just started forgetting things. I started forgetting things. I couldn't do my work anymore. I was working in client services in a financial services market research company, which involved a lot of memory work, a lot of multitasking, and I was doing really, really well at my job. And then all of a sudden I started forgetting to do things, and my manager got really angry at me. And as well as that, I started hallucinating. I'd be walking along the street by myself thinking I'm talking to someone, and then I turn around, the street's empty. So all of these things made me know that something was wrong. So I went to my GP and I told her my symptoms, and she straight away sent me to get an MRI. The MRI came back showing a tumor in my brain the size of a golf ball. And the part of the brain that it was in was the hypothalamus, which is, so basically it was growing on the part of the brain that's responsible for working memory. And that's why I was experiencing memory issues. But I guess what the doctor said, the good news was that the germinoma is reacts very well to treatment, so it's highly treatable. So I started my treatment, which was chemotherapy and radiation therapy. So I did 3 rounds of chemotherapy, and then I did a month of radiation therapy, and thankfully the treatment was successful. So I've been cancer free since 2017. However, I feel that my cancer journey really started after my treatment, because then it was about trying to fit back into life. And although I was cancer free, I no longer had a tumor in my brain. It had done permanent damage to my working memory. So even now today, my memory is not perfect, and I'm not able to work. I'm not able to do the same kind of work I used to do. I tried to get back into the workforce, and I tried roles that were a few levels down, easier than what I used to do, and I still couldn't handle it. I went through 8 jobs in the space of 18 months. The shortest tenure was a couple of hours, and the longest tenure was 3 months. And the reason why I kept getting fired from all of these roles is one thing: my memory. So after going through all of that for 2 years, keep trying and then getting fired, I finally decided that it just wasn't working. So I tried something different. I saw an ad for volunteering, so I started volunteering, and that worked out, and I'm very happy about that. So I currently have 2 volunteer roles, one at an op shop, Save the Children op shop, selling secondhand clothes, and another one at Core Community Services as a refugee youth mentor. So I help their clients who are refugees put together their CVs and help them with job prep so that they can go out and find work. So I've been volunteering for about a year or so now, and even though I'm not getting paid, I feel much better doing that than previously, where I was jumping around different jobs trying to fit back into my old life, and it wasn't working. So that's basically my journey.
Yeah. So at what stage it got diagnosed?
Sorry, what was that?
At what stage your cancer got diagnosed?
At what stage?
Yes.
I wasn't told exactly what stage it was.
Okay. Okay, so what was your first reaction when you got to know that you are diagnosed with cancer, and how your family took this news?
My first reaction was just shock, really. And my family was, I guess, shock and sadness.
Okay, so did you find any alternative treatment?
Sorry?
Did you find any alternative treatment?
Yes. So I did my chemotherapy and radiation therapy in the hospital. Afterwards, to help with my memory deficits, I tried a lot of alternative treatments. So I tried, what did I try? I tried something called Pollen Therapy. I tried something called Feldenkrais. I tried acupuncture. I tried Chinese medicine. Yeah, those are the ones that I tried.
So what treatment you underwent?
What treatment for the brain tumor or?
Yeah, for the brain tumor.
Yeah,
You
so I
underwent.
underwent chemotherapy first,
Okay.
3 rounds of chemotherapy, and then radiation therapy.
Okay. So how do you manage your emotional well-being?
That's a good question. How do I manage my emotional well-being? So what I've been doing since I was diagnosed is I keep a daily journal. So I find that's a good way to manage my emotions, because I can just write it all out, get it out of my system, as it were. So I find that's really helpful. And I've also joined a few brain cancer groups. So I think talking to people who have gone through the same thing really helps.
Okay. So what was your support system during those times?
My support system was definitely my family. So my mother, my father, and my older brother. They were in and out of the hospital, visiting me and helping me. Yeah, I wouldn't have been able to do it without them.
Okay. So how was your experience with other doctors and medical staff?
It was good. So I was at the Royal North Shore Hospital in Sydney, and I feel that the neurosurgeon and the oncology doctors, they were all very good, very knowledgeable, and I felt like I was in good hands.
So what were the things that made you happy and helped you in this journey?
One of the things that made me happy and healthy, I think one is definitely having family there. So just having them there to help, or even just having a presence there. So when I was in the hospital during my treatment, it like the whole day from when you wake up to when you go to sleep, it's a really long day if you don't have any visitors. So I was lucky enough to always have someone there with me, which was really helpful.
Yes. So, there are times when you feel that it's too much to handle, but you still don't give up and you keep on working on those days. So, what was the thing that motivated you and kept you going on such days?
So on the really bad days, what motivated me to keep going and not give up was just the belief that it's got to be better. Life can't just be like this. It's got to get better. And so that motivated me to keep going forwards.
Okay. Did you make any lifestyle changes during or after the treatment?
Any what, sir? Lifestyle changes?
Yeah.
Let me see. I think I just made a conscious effort to eat more healthy, because that it couldn't hurt. So yeah, just more healthy eating and more healthy lifestyle. So healthy eating and regular exercise.
Do you think that cancer has changed you in a positive way?
I think it has. I think it's brought me closer to my family and not then made me realize that I shouldn't take them for granted.
Okay. So what life lessons you got from your cancer journey?
Life lessons, number one is enjoy life because it's short. So don't save for a rainy day. Just if you want to do something or you want to just do it. Don't wait because you don't know what's going to happen between now and then. That's one
Yes,
of the main things. Another thing is, family is very important. Keep them close and keep them happy.
yeah, that's true. Family is the biggest supporter we find during those times. Yeah, yeah. So how?
Definitely,
Yeah,
yes.
definitely, yes. So how is your life after cancer, Linda?
It's definitely different. I wouldn't say better or worse. It's just different. It's just taken on a different path.
Okay. So have you ever asked yourself this question that why me? And if yes, then how do you cope up with this thought?
Yes, during treatment, during those days, I always said, why me? All the time. Not so much anymore, actually. So I think it's just how do I deal with it? How do I deal with these why me thoughts? Well, I think the reason why I don't think why me anymore is because I've managed to turn a negative experience into non-negative, even positive. Like see the way that it's changed me for the better. See how it's made me stronger, and all of that gets rid of the why me, because why me only comes about if it's a bad situation.
Definitely. So what message do you want to give to other cancer patients and caregivers?
The message I want to give to other cancer patients is to be strong and to seek out others who are on a similar journey, because it's just so important to have people to talk to, and it's even better if those people can actually empathize with what you're going through. And to the carers, I would say don't just be patient. Don't I know it's hard, but don't judge and don't get frustrated at people for things they can't help, because then it just makes it worse. Like for me, for example, my memory is horrible. So when my carers would be like, oh, I already told you that. Well, carers shouldn't be saying things like that, because then I would just spiral into a period of depression for days. So yeah, carers, I think, doing an amazing job. Just be patient.
Yes. So it's said that art or any creative thing works as healing. So did you find any such things in your journey? Did you try any art
And
or any creative thing?
I did try to find creative things to do, but I'm not a very creative person, so no, that didn't work for me.
Hmm. So how did you overcome your fears of treatment or of side effects?
How did I overcome the fear of treatment?
Yes.
I think just for me, I just need to get all of the information. The more information, the better, and I'll just pour through it, and if I understand it, then I won't be fearful.
Okay. So when did you think that I can beat this disease, or was this belief always there with you throughout your journey?
I don't think the belief was always there. Even now, it's still a struggle because my memory is not perfect. But I think it was always just, it's getting better. It's getting better because I can see it's getting better. So just comparing myself from today to last year or whenever, it's better.
Yes. So did you join any support group?
Yeah, I did. So there was a group called Synapse Reconnections, which is a group of brain cancer patients from, I think, all around Sydney. And they have a few meetups, and I made some friends through there, which was really great.
How did
That
that
was the
support
main
group
one.
help you? How did they help you?
it helped by meeting other people who had gone through a similar thing, and therefore you don't have to explain it to them. You're in the same situation. So it's kind of like you can just be totally open and honest, and yeah, it was just really good to have people who had gone through the same thing.
Okay. So what do you think about the importance of support group for other, means a message you wanted to give to other caregivers and survivors in regards to the support group and in regards to the importance of it?
Support groups are just so important. I mean, you just need to be around people who understand you, who are going through the same thing. You can support each other, you can learn from each other. Yeah, it's very, very important to find a support group for whatever you're going through. Just Google, there has to be one somewhere. Yeah, very, very, very important.
So do you have the fear of reoccurrence? And if yes, then how you deal with it?
Fear of what?
Reoccurrence.
Oh, actually, I haven't thought about that. So I don't think I have that fear, which is good.
Okay. So at zenonco.io, we help cancer patients throughout their journey, like from diagnosis to forever. So what do you think about our work?
In helping people?
Yes.
I think it's good and necessary. Definitely.
So what do you think about the stigmas attached to cancer and the importance of awareness for it?
I think it's just so important. The stigma is, I've had people, like lots of friends, as soon as they hear the word cancer, they just run away. Like they don't want to be my friend. They think that cancer is contagious or something. There's this really, really, really horrible stigma around cancer that needs to be fixed. It just makes the healing process worse for patients when they know that if anyone hears that they have the C word, then everyone's going to run away. So yeah, it definitely is a big issue that needs to be fixed.
Yes. So if you have to sum up your journey in one sentence, then what would that be?
My journey it went from hating life to valuing life.
Yes. Thank you. So thank you for your valuable time, Linda. I'm sure this session really motivates people out there who have traveled or been traveling through this cancer journey. So it was lovely having you here with us on this session. Once again, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.